Entre-Preneur, new season. Today we got Nelle's Naturals with us, right?
Yeah.
And her sister. All right, we're gonna be showcasing Nutz about popcorn, right? Nutz about popcorn. Nelle put us on to that. The popcorn's amazing, all the way out Hatsboro. We're gonna be trying different flavors. Stephanie on as a new co-host, right?
Yes, glad to be here. Thank you for having me, of course. I'm excited to talk about different Black businesses, ways to generate wealth in the Black community, generate dollars, and just influence and encourage. If you have any business or you want to start anything, go out and do it. And Nelle here is going to be a prime example of put your mind to it, put the work in, and it really pays off. So I'm very excited for this interview.
100%. So we met Nelle, actually me and Nelle go back a little bit further from when we recently met, but we met Nelle at a pop-up shop, right?
Yes.
You were selling your products, which are?
They're all handmade, organic hair and skincare products. So for Afro-descendant hair and melanated skin.
And men, don't think she don't have anything for you. Don't think this is just women. She has stuff for the beard too. Mm-hmm. And Phil's a prime example. He uses it every day.
I'm wearing it right now.
It looks good.
Right?
Thank you.
You can get a zoom in.
Because I got the Nelle Naturals on. Nah, I bought a whole kit. It was beard balm, the oil, the butter, a dope comb that came in like a packet full of the oil. I said, and it got your little engraving on there.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
It was really dope, and I appreciate that too.
I appreciate you.
I would say then I have the soap that you gave me, and then I have the oil and the toner.
Yeah,
that toner really helped out.
I love that.
I'm
glad.
Yeah.
My face thanks you.
I suffer from dry skin, so ever since I've been using your products, it's definitely feeling a lot more hydrated and looks.
And you look
full.
You look great. Your skin looks wonderful.
Y'all are glowing.
Yes.
Thank
you look so well moisturized.
Where y'all get this glow from?
The lighting and Nelle's Naturals.
You said the lighting.
The two together, a beautiful pair.
No, so tell us, how long have you been in your business?
So I've been incorporated for 2 years. February made 2 years, but I started selling my products. July will be 3 years.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So what started the journey of thinking about starting a business, and why going for the hair care, the skincare, and things like that?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now, I started the business by accident. It was not intentional. It wasn't like, oh, I'm setting off to do this venture. What happened was I had twins that at the time they were just turning maybe 6, and I had a 1-year-old, Emmanuel, and my twins had locks. They had long, pretty hair like my sister, and my baby had this, that crescent-shaped bald spot in the back of the head that the babies get from laying there. And I was just like, the twins didn't have that, and I was like, we got too much hair in this house for you to be walking around with this bald spot.
We're gonna figure something out.
Yeah, and I was just like, I need to figure something out, but I didn't want to use the stuff that's in the store, on the shelves and stuff, all of that. Oh, grow your hair, or whatever that chemical stuff is.
And
not
natural.
Not at all. Not on my baby.
It wasn't
no. I wasn't gonna do that. So I was like, all right. So literally, I went to YouTube University and I was binging. Like I was. I learned everything from
you. Can learn anything.
Everything. The things I've done.
That's cool for me.
Yeah. Right. So I went on there and I just started researching how do people grow their hair? Like where do they do natural ways to grow their hair? And it landed me on 2 places: China, the Yao people in China, because they have the longest hair in the world, and then Chad in Africa, the Chad tribe. And the things that they used in their hair, they got it from the earth. And so I was just like, I'm gonna see if I can buy it. I ordered the stuff off of Amazon. I started fermenting. I learned how to ferment oil and stuff like that, and I started using it on my baby's hair. And I'm telling you, people started asking me. They were like, "Wasn't he just bald?" And I was like, Yeah, but I made this oil, and his hair is back.
So you went through the whole process.
Oh yeah.
You didn't just buy products from online. You went through the whole. I learned it. I see what they're doing, and I'm gonna apply it.
Yeah.
On my own system.
I researched it. I fermented. I learned how to ferment some stuff in oil.
And I was coming in like, it smells like syrup in here. Or it smells like you're making soup. She's like, no, this is hair oil for the baby. It's hair food. It's gonna help the hair grow. I'm like, hey,
yeah.
So beyond the resource, what type of the fermentation, what type of I guess material did you use or had to buy just to do that?
So honestly, the fermentation process is not that it's hard. It's just a long process. So like you can do it 2 ways. You can do it like a 6-week, 3-month long process where you take whatever the seeds is, the herbs, and you put them in oil. You put them in an airtight jar, and you like put them in a dark spot and leave it there for however long, the 6 weeks or so. Or you can, what I did was I learned how to open up the seeds to get them to like expel the nutrients out of them. So what I would do is I would soak them in water, hot water, and then I would drain them out so that now that they're opened, and then now that they're open, I'm going to put them in my oil, and then I'm going to simmer the oil for like a couple hours, and then I'm going to ferment it. So my fermentation is only like a week long instead of all the time it will take to get it out. So yeah, I only got mason jars. No, I got some mason jars. I got some herbs. I got some pots, pans, some strainers, some cheesecloth, and that's how I started. In my kitchen, in my kitchen, in the house that I was renting at the time, and I started selling it because people were like, "What did you do? Your baby has hair now," and I was like, "Oh," and I was giving it away at first.
At the church,
I was giving it away. I was like in mason jars this big. And I was just like, "Oh, I'll make you some. Just give me like a week," and I was giving it to them, and then more and more people started asking for it.
It was working.
They started calling it hair crack, and then they started sending me pictures. They started sending me pictures, and they were like, "Look," and I'm like, "You just had it. Oh, you just had it for a week. What do you mean?" And like it was scaring me. I was like, I would send it to my sister. I would send it to my mom, and I'm like, "She just got this a week ago. And look at her hair." And then she's like, "Oh, that stuff works," and I'm like, "Yeah." So
you ain't hooked me up though.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, let me tell you gotta have something for me to work with.
I get some locks or something.
It's not
I got the little horseshoe if I let it grow out. That's dope. So at this point, all right. So you're giving it away at the church, right? And you're starting to sell it. How do you know like what to sell it for? Like how much do I'm selling it for?
Right.
What's my price margins and as far as profit margins?
I call that field research, right?
Okay, field research.
So I would go to Target, and I would go to the beauty stores, and I would go through the aisles of the stores and look at products that do the same thing, and I would see how big their products were, like how much, how many ounces, and what they were selling it for, and what was in their products and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, well, I don't need to sell this for $50 because I'm not trying to break nobody's pocket, and I wasn't even really trying to turn a profit from it. It's just like you got to cover the cost of what I'm buying now. Like, and so I was just like, all right. So I thought about me, whereas I'm a single mom. I got these 3 kids, and I'm like, I would love to be able to afford some of the stuff that's out here that's higher end, but I don't want to spend all my money on this one product. So I started thinking like, I have to be the customer. Yeah. So what would I pay for this? I know that this is $50. I know that this one is $5. I'm not gonna sell it for $5 because it's worth more than that. Right. So I was just like, let's get in there. So it literally started at $15 for the oil. Yeah. So I was just like, yeah, and then that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
People were like knocking down your door, like,
they were.
No, you have to sell this. They were like, at church, they were like, no, this works really well. You can't just give this away.
Also, you had to kind of be nudged a little bit after.
Yeah, because I was just like, okay, I'll make you more. And the thing is, I was born and raised in the church, so I was just like, I'm not about to sell this to people. I'm not about to charge the mothers of the church. I'm just go and make it for you. And they're like, I need it. Because now my friend wants it, and then her friend wants it, and you're not giving this away to people, so you're going to charge for it. And you're not going to give it away in mason jars. You're going to find containers for it.
Can I just say, that is one of the best things or great things about what's it called, grassroots. Is when sometimes you do have to give something for free to get that honest response and really get a feedback.
Right.
And then once when people come back to you and they start telling you, listen, this is worth something, you have to, you know, you should be benefiting from this. That says a lot about your product. So maybe sometimes you, like I said, you don't have to go straight for profit. And like you said, you wasn't in this for a gain or anything like that.
Yeah.
But the way it turned out and the research and the work that you put in, look what is coming back.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So.
No, that's so dope, man. So you mentioned your kids, right? You got 3, you said?
Three boys.
3 boys, okay.
Yes.
Right. I've seen some of your postings, right? You got your kids involved and your family involved. You got your sister here with you. I see your mom. How's that? Like, how's it like working with your family and being available to have your own and have your family involved as well?
Oh, I would prefer to work with my family than to have someone that I don't know. Like my family, they want my best interest at heart, you know what I mean? And then also, I feel like it's super important that it remains a family business, even when we are employing other people, but that it remains a family business, that my children learn that there's a legacy for them, you know, that they learn the ins and outs. Like I make them count money. When we do pop-up shops,
that's good.
I give them the money. You're gonna learn this business. When we're at home, my twins, they're in school. So my baby's with me all day long. When we're in my office, my baby has to come downstairs. He put on his hairnet, he put on his gloves and his apron.
And how old is he?
3.
He's 3.
That's good.
He's called the co-worker.
Yeah, and we call him co-worker.
He's a 1099.
We call him co-worker. We say co-worker, come on. And I feel like it's super important that they see that their mom is building something from the ground up, and that they're implemented early. Like I'll give them simple tasks, like I want you to put this wrapping paper inside of this box right here. I want you to go put these soaps on the shelf. And then the older kids, like I'm like, all right, I want you to get these roses. I want you to fill the empty roses. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. And also I make it fun. Like y'all want to make your own shampoo today? You want to make your own body wash? The baby, he makes his own bubble bath. Like I'm like, come on. Like he gets to pick the fragrance. He gets to pick the color. You know, he gets to stir it up, mix it in, and then we go upstairs and we take in the bath with your bubble bath.
So he's a happy co-worker.
Sometimes.
For as long as he wants to.
Okay.
Yeah.
3. He's trying his best.
Yeah. And then when he's done with that, then he has a little corner that's his, and he can play his rocking horse, he can play his tablet, he can sit in his rock, he got a rocking chair down there, color, learn his alphabet, whatever it is.
He's got the cocoa chips that he can put inside of the container.
So he has cocoa butter, like I give him his own container, like, and sometimes he'll be like, I'm making mayonnaise naturals, and he'll
so he has his own set of supplies that he work on separately.
His own scale, his
so
own
it's just becoming natural for him.
Yeah. So this is all he knows. Like he's 3. The business is just about 3. So
so it's like a true family-run business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
He started with him, to be honest.
He's the reason it
Oh,
started.
really?
Yeah.
I'm going to act like, now how long did it take when you first started and you started using it? How long before you saw the results?
Oh my gosh. It was so quick. It was, at first, I don't even think that I realized that I saw the results until someone said it to me. And then I actually took a picture because I had the before picture already, because I think I was really upset by it. And I sent it to my mom, and I was just like, yo, I can see his scalp. And so I went through the pictures. It was 6 weeks, and the next picture, he had about 2 inches worth of hair. And I was like floored. I was like, yeah, he got, because it became a normal thing. Like, oh, he got hair in it. Like, I didn't even realize that it happened until someone pointed it out. And I was just like,
it's got a nice thick fro.
It's thick.
Yeah, that's good. Go ahead.
Now, which product is this specific?
That was my question.
Okay,
Thanks a lot. You stole my question, but it's so good.
If people, actually, I do have a follow-up question. What is the name of that product exactly?
It's called Emmanuels Oil. It is named after him. And it is my very first product. It's what launched my business. So it's named after Emmanuel, and it's called Emmanuels Oil.
Nice.
May I interject?
Yeah.
So all of the products in Nelles Naturals, well, not all of them, but a great many of them started from problems that we had with our own hair and skin as a family. So Emmanuel's Oil, this was an oil made specifically to help Emmanuel with his problem. We have Nana, which is named after me. I suffer from like dry skin and eczema. It's a sugar scrub that's so moisturizing. It smells amazing. Like I don't even have to put lotion on when I get out the shower. After I use Nana, it's like put the silk pajamas on. Amazing. We have Izzy's chocolate
Izzy's chocolate mousse.
Izzy's chocolate mousse. And it smells, he's our darkest skinned baby. And it smells so much like just hot chocolate.
I had to make it like that because that boy, he did not want to put lotion on ever and nothing. He didn't want to put lotion on. But he likes sweets and candy and all of that stuff. And so I was just like, I don't get you this. I'm gonna get you good chocolate. And then he smelled it and was like, oh yeah. And he just, man, he was like, you know how you could tell like the mama back in the day how she loved her kid because he went out with a face full of grease. That's what he would look like. I'm like, okay, that's enough. You know. But he loved it so much.
It's really a family business, and we draw from our family just to even build things. I come to her. We just came out with the hyaluronic acid. I'm like, oh my gosh, my skin is so dry from the winter. I need something. A couple weeks later, she's like, I've developed the hyaluronic acid.
Oh, so you were listening to everybody's problem.
Oh yeah, they listen. They say something. My niece, her daughter, Azariah. I have a whole bundle for Azariah. I have a candle. First of all, it smells so good. Azariah has dry skin. She has eczema. My pretty little princess.
She's 12.
She's about to be 12. Yes, she's about to be 12. And she had eczema, dry skin, and stuff like that. And I was just like, all right, I'll figure it out. And I did a mix of avocado butter, shea butter, avocado oils, and stuff like that. Oatmeal, bamboo extract, and I like put it all together so that it could help with her eczema and dry skin. It's one of my #1 sellers now. Like people will send me pictures like I've been using the Azariah butter for a week. Nothing else has worked for my eczema but this, and I'm like, I'm happy. Yeah.
Candle, the bar, and the butter. They smell so powdery, fresh, and clean,
it's
but
so
not
good.
In a baby way.
Yeah.
But like
it's like honey, oatmeal. It's a good fragrance, and it was so good that I had to make it a candle. I was like, this has to be good.
Is this the candle? Now, at the pop-up shop, you showed me a candle that you said you put your finger or you put your hand in, it won't burn, or the wax won't be hot. Is that something different? Is that the same
That's something different.
Okay.
The Azariah candle is a regular candle, but it's just because the Azariah butter and bars smell so. I mean, it smells so good. Oh, I want to take a bath in it every day. It smells I just want to swim in it. But I was like, it has to be a candle. It has to be because I want to smell this in my house. So, and I try to fragrance everything. So what I do is like, it's so weird. Like I'll close my eyes and then I'm like, what does the person that I'm making it for, like when I'm around them, how does the smell it relates to them, to me. Like so I fragrance it the way that person smells and to me. Like and it could be like
this.
they've never had this fragrance or this essential oil on before, but I'll make a blend and I'm like, this is what this person smells like. So to me, that's what Azariah smells like, and that's
No, that's deep.
And so
that's deep. Because I mean, just hearing that gotta set you apart from, other companies as well. Like you're personalizing your scents, your material, and your products based off of your family.
Yeah.
That's really dope.
That's actually. Do you find it? I know what he just said. Do you find it difficult to keep yourself apart from someone, or to let people know that you're not like another company?
No, I think that it's very easy. I don't quite know what it is, but I do know that people do know that there's a difference in my products. Yeah, they will. My DM, like I wake up to DMs, I go to sleep to DMs, and they're like, oh my gosh, I love this and I love that, and look what it did, and I can't wait to buy more. And like someone like literally my #1 seller, the complexion bar. When I run out, it's very tough for.
I use that every day.
I have to stock up. I can't just have one bar. I need at least 3 on hand because if I don't have it, I'm losing my mind.
Yeah. And then when I stock up, when I restock, my customers flood my DMs. Like I just ordered 6 more. And I'm like, this is why I don't have it.
So what does that do? Somebody like me who doesn't understand. I'm a guy. I don't know all the feminine products. Like what does that do? Like I can imagine complexion, but
okay.
What exactly is it doing for you? And
you want to take it or you want me to take it?
We can take it. We definitely just shot our first commercial, or we just put out our first commercial.
Doing commercials now.
For the complexion bar.
Alright, congratulations. Congratulations.
It was for our work. Cheers. We'll drink to that.
It was hard. Yeah.
So the complexion bar, also I call it the turmeric bar. It's a skin brightening. It evens your complexion. It really helps to get any acne or even dry skin patches. Any of that texture in your skin that you don't like, the complexion bar is making it nice, smooth, even, soft, supple.
And it really like helps to bring out, like, literally it's like a natural glow, and it fades like scars and stuff. It's I really, when I talk to people about it, I just say it's just magic, and that's what I say. I'm like, it's magic, and it is literally, it's magic in a bar. And it smells really good
too. Complexion bar. There's like shea butter. Listen, I don't make the bars. That's not my part of the company. Yeah. But I think there's like shea butter, and there's definitely turmeric in it. There's
shea butter, avocado butter, turmeric, colloidal oatmeal.
Yes.
There's a lot of good stuff in that bar.
A lot of these things are formulated for sensitive skin, because a lot of times black skin or brown skin is really sensitive. Yeah. We have like this crazy dryness, or we'll have like weird combination skin. But this bar combats the dryness, the acne, the dark spots, and it's not stripping your skin. It doesn't, like, I'll wash with another, like, a bar or a facial wash.
Feel that pull or that dryness afterwards.
It feels like if I smile, that my cheeks are gonna crack.
Feel that stretch.
You know?
Yeah. Right.
This bar is leaving me like soft. Like, it's not even. But I'm still feeling clean. I'm not feeling like there's any oil left behind on my skin where I'm gonna get it. It's seriously, I'm passionate about this bar. Okay.
Let me tell you, people, the complexion bar users, man, they use it.
It's good.
They thank you.
I cut a piece off.
I use it every day and every night. Like, and then people will look at me, they're like, so what do you use in your skin? I'm like, I use sorry, I use the complexion bar. Am I allowed to say what I'm
doing? You know, we talked about this earlier.
I'm like, it doesn't make sense if I don't complete this.
We spoke about
it. Yeah, and I'm like, this is literally, these are the two things that I use religiously: complexion bar, cinnamon rose oil. I also use two other things, which I made a complete bundle because people want to know exactly, and I'm like, you might not need exactly what I use, but this is exactly what I use.
Right.
So yeah, it's good. It's magic, and it's organic, and it's like everything is natural and gentle.
And like, it's all
down to the fragrances. They're eco-friendly fragrances.
They're not overpowering.
They're not harsh.
Ethically sourced. Nelles Natural is really serious about like things not being good for the environment or getting things from a good source.
Yeah.
So many times I'm like, how come we don't just use this? She's like, no, I don't like this company. They don't produce things right. It's terrible carbon footprint. I'm like, okay, we're not using this anymore.
So when it comes, then you do research just on the product, not the price, but what you used to make them.
Absolutely.
You go even further to research those companies too.
Absolutely. And I also I'll say about 70% of the ingredients that I use, I do get from other black-owned companies as well. So I try as much as I can. And then if they're local, it's even better. Like, I'm like, I can get them from this region, even better. I try my best to make sure the carbon footprint of the company isn't like all over the place, to make sure that they are not like running some type of sweatshops or anything like that. You know, like, I'm like, no, I don't like this company, and she'll be like, well, why? It costs this much. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm not using them.
You asked the question. You said like, what sets us apart? We really do care about people and our kids, but at Nelles Naturals, it's important that our kids, because they're so involved, they see us not being like sleazy and slimy and cutting corners. So
that's important.
That's one of the things that does set us apart. It's like that genuine care and love for people and the planet.
That's major.
I'm glad you said genuine, because when we first
delicious popcorn.
When we first met at the pop-up shop, I said to Phil, there's a genuine nature to her.
Oh.
And you can tell, and hearing you talk about the products, you can tell it flows all the way through into the company. So it's good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And I meant to say, I don't think we talked on it. Can you let people know where they can order your products from and find you?
Yes.
Oh.
NelleNaturals.com. We have a website. And we are also on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram under Nelles Naturals. And that's Nelles Naturals. I'm not going to embarrass myself.
but for the website,
what I'm going to do is, for everybody watching or listening, I'm going to leave a link.
Yes. Okay, there we go.
To all your social medias and your website as well. So if you didn't catch that, or you can't spell out naturals, like right? There will be a link in the profile or in the description as well. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask you this: how many products do you have out now?
Okay, so I have over 50 products.
Wow.
Yes, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole lot of products. I actually thought about scaling back a little bit.
Okay.
Just because I want to not stretch myself too thin, and then also I don't want to make it too confusing for my customer. For when my customer, I call them my natural family. So when my natural family comes on my website, I don't want them to be like, it's too many things for me to choose from. I don't know what to do, because I've had that experience before. Like she knows I don't go in a store to go shopping because it's too much. I'm just be like, oh gosh, I have to order online because I can type in exactly what I want, have it come to me in that way. But I was like going through my stuff, and I'm like, this is a lot. I don't need 10 different fragrances of a lotion. I can do 5 fragrances of a lotion. You know, like it's a lot, and I want it to be a little bit more cohesive and just easier to navigate. Like, you know, like I don't think it's crazy to navigate, but I do think it's a lot, especially if I'm specializing in skincare and hair care and luxury products. I want them to be more focused. Yeah.
That's one thing I actually, different type of business, but it's one thing I've noticed, like in restaurants. Mm-hmm. Like restaurants that have a larger menu, it's harder for them to focus on, I guess, that quality or their customers. So I'm starting to see like a lot of them like scaling back just to hone in just on those special items on the menu. Right. So I guess it's like the same concept with yours as well.
Yeah, especially seeing, because now it's been 2 years officially in business, and I can see.
Congratulations.
And I can see what my customers like. Like I'm at the point where, okay, I know what they like. I know what they want to see. I know what they want from me. I know exactly. Yeah, and I will even take polls. Like I'll even go and I'm like, okay, listen, I'm coming up with a spring line, but I don't want to put something out here that y'all don't want. Tell me what you want. Like tell me what you want, and they will chime in. Like I'm like, do you prefer creams? Do you prefer butters? Do you prefer lotions? Do you prefer like They'll be like, all right, I prefer this. So then it helps me to hone down. At first, when I first started, because I wasn't thinking about a business, I was just, what can I do now? Because I didn't.
Oh my gosh!
I was just learning everything.
Yeah,
I was just like, what can I absorb now? What can I make now? And I didn't even know I could do that. My mom was like, how did you make a massage candle? And I was like, I don't know. I just did.
I do specialty candles that look like cocktails. I'm like, this smells absolutely fantastic.
People, when I post them, people are like, that looks delicious. And I'm like, it's a candle. That's not. Right. And they're like, well, how did you learn that? And I'm like, honestly, just happened. I just was like, I'm going to go and make this. And then I will go and do it. And I'm just like, oh, okay, so I can do that. Like, you know?
Yeah.
She's a beast.
And so it got out of control really quick. It was just like, I was making everything. I was just like, and I'm like, you know what? We got to hone this back in. And
trying to take the whole Target out.
Everything. Give me the whole Target. I want it all. Like, the whole aisle.
But I feel like that's the beauty of business, right? Where it's like, you are creative, right? I feel like I'm somewhat creative, where you just want to keep creating. But then you start focusing on like, all right, yeah, I could be creative, but where am I missing my target? Right. You know what I mean? Or where am I wasting my time, or wasting my money or my efforts? And what do my customers actually need? Like, where is my target at, right? So I just feel like that's all a learning curve for anybody in business. Some people keep missing that mark, but it seems like you're only 2 years in, which is you're still a young business. So to catch that now, that's great. You know what I mean? Because you'll be able to find your focus, find your target, and then soar from there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's good.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's good. So We got Emmanuels Oil, right?
Yes.
We talked about that. We talked about the complexion one.
Yep.
Right? What are your...
Got my number one.
You got 50 products, so let's talk about what are your top 5?
Easy.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go.
Okay, so my top 5.
Wait, hold on. Why don't y'all both answer? Because maybe her top 5 is different from yours.
It's the same type of.
I think it's going to be the same.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
Come on.
Complexion bar.
Complexion bar number 1. Emmanuels Oil.
Emmanuels Oil. Azariah.
Explain it.
The Azariah is the eczema
line.
Okay, all right.
line.
Yeah. Okay.
We have Eli's shampoo and conditioner.
Those two.
Those are up there. And
the rose oil.
oh yeah,
Rose oil.
The rose oil. The rose
That's
oil
top
is
5.
probably number 3. I would say, yeah.
It goes Emmanuels
oil,
Oil,
yeah.
Rose Oil, Complexion Bar, Azariah,
Eli.
Yep.
And then listen to that, like almost all of them got the names to them, like almost all of them.
Yeah.
What's the rose oil?
It's
That's
a.
like
Come on.
That's still don't tell me what it is. Though. I'm glad you use it though. I'm glad you use the products. I'm sorry. Can I know?
Can I use it?
So it's a serum. So it's a after you wash your face, it's a hydrating rose serum. It's made with cinnamon, roses, and safflower oil. Safflower oil because the molecules in it are small enough to fit into our pores.
You know my science book out.
You know how some things you'll put on your skin and it just sit right there on top of your skin. That's when you start breaking out. That's when the sebum starts getting trapped and you can't. That's what makes your zits and all of that stuff. It's because it's too big to go into your pores. So you gotta find something that can go into your pores and hydrate you. And work with you, not leave you too shiny or anything like that. And then roses because everyone knows the benefits of roses for your skin.
Not everybody.
I mean,
I was saying, let's break down the benefits.
So roses are hydrating. They're an astringent, so not only do they moisturize you, but they help clean your skin. So you can take like rose water and clean your skin. You don't need anything else from roses.
People put rose petals in bathtubs for a reason.
They make your skin soft and supple. They make your skin really soft, like really soft. So we use cinnamon, which I think people know about the benefits of cinnamon for your skin. So cinnamon is really a powerful antioxidant.
Cinnamon challenge, that's all I know.
So
put me on.
I'm gonna give a disclaimer real quick because don't go putting cinnamon on your face. It's gonna burn you. It will burn. Don't do it. Don't do it undiluted. However, if you get the right proportions, the right percentages of it, it helps you with it. Very powerful in fighting acne. It's very, very powerful, and that's why I put it in there because a lot of people get afraid of oil, and I'm like, we can help it. We can do 1-2 punch them. We can fight the acne. We can clean your skin. We can give you the glow. Like people say it all the time. I want a glow. You put that on there, and like it's just like that's my favorite thing to put on every morning.
It's a power. It's simple. And it's not like you said. It's not heavy.
Right.
And it lasts. And I definitely like I noticed a difference when I started using with the complexion bar and then the toner, and then after that, it really personally I felt it. You can see it after. I think after the first use, I just the complexion bar alone, I noticed the difference between using another, not just even regular soap. I would use like what you get from the store,
the
washes, and it just wasn't.
It wasn't giving what it was supposed to have.
But you was paying price tag though.
And then some.
Right.
Rose oil mysteriously just like illuminates you. Like the second you put it on, it's almost like you got influencer lights on you. It's like, you see this?
Oh, when I put my rose oil on, like I swear, I don't need no makeup. Just give me my rose oil and I'm good. And I'm gonna do my brows. I need my brows. but after that, I'm put my rose oil on and I'm ready. Like I'm ready.
So let me ask, with you first on and off, and then you have people that's coming to you telling you to start business. When did you move that into actually going into making this a business, like setting up the EIN or setting up that? I'm not sure if you're an LLC or.
Yes. So I am an LLC. I started about, I want to say 5 months after I was selling them, because I was literally selling them in church and selling them at my job then. So it was people, my coworkers were buying it and my church ladies were buying it, and that's it. And it, literally, I was like out of my trunk. They was like, "That's something like that. Give me some of that hair crack."
Church though.
At
the church, see me outside.
Then I was just like, okay, and then I was like, okay, I'm out. Right. So then I was like, you know what, I might have to, because I didn't want to get in trouble for selling, you know?
Right.
I was just like, I think that I have to start reporting this. I have to do it. So I was like, let me file for my LLC. Let me get my DUNS number. Let me get my EIN. Let me like set up this business so that I can be a business. Because then I started to say, I think I do want to do this. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think I might want to do this. So then I started moving into the body butters and moving into everything else. But at first it was just the Emmanuels Oil for 5 months. And then I was like, let me start doing something else. Let me, Izzy, you want to put a lotion on? I got you. So, like, you know, I was like, you're going to learn how to do this. You're going to learn how to do that. So yeah, like 5 months in, I started applying for all of my stuff.
So was this your first business? Like, this the first time you applied for LLC and EIN number and all that?
Yes, it was the first time I ever tried a business legally, right?
Okay.
Not like
you don't need to know about the past. Body butter, that's all we need to know about.
But I've always been a super entrepreneur. So honestly, my older brother always says, Nelle is such a hustler. He would say it all the time, like Nelle, because I'm super like creative. I'm just an artsy person. So I've been a clown.
Come on,
I was in a clown business, but it wasn't.
Wait. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you were an actual clown business.
I was a clown. A clown. My name was Hiccup.
Hiccup the clown.
Hiccup the clown.
I'm supportive because I was right there with her, like making balloons,
making balloon houses and the thing.
That stuck by you.
Yeah.
And then I did Nelle paint spaces when I didn't want to be a clown no more. I was a cute clown too. I had like red hair. It was like Raggedy Ann hair, and I wasn't a white face clown. I had like freckles and Raggedy Ann hair, and I wore a beret and like a Where's Waldo shirt. And then I didn't want to.
And you didn't talk.
I didn't. I was a silent.
You were mine.
No, I didn't mind. I just came as entertainment. She was my voice. Because at that point, I told you, I have a problem with crowds and stuff like that. Like I really do get nervous, and I really like it makes me uncomfortable to speak in front of crowds. So she would be my voice. Yeah. And she, well, you ready to see Hiccup? I can't hear you. She's not gonna go.
Ride or die. For real.
And then my little brother was my sidekick, and his name was Bert.
Bert?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And he would come out and get the biggest bird looking at she's
that's cool.
I'm trying to hold it.
No.
When she said that she's speaking for her guy.
It's ridiculous. Are you guys ready to see? Because I'm like, I'm not going to be a clown. I'm not. But she's like, you have to help me.
I was saying, like, I'm not going to
get this money.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And I was looking at like, clowns, I could charge you $100 an hour. I'm not playing with you.
Clown.
Yes. And I was in college. I was like making straight out of high school. Like, right there.
Yeah.
Then I did photography.
You making that funny money. Right? And then after that, I did photography for a while, which is one of my passions. I love photography. I actually went to Temple for photojournalism, and it was something that I love to do. Another Temple alumni.
Yeah, see, and you are hospitable. You are. So when I walked in here for the pop-up shop, I was like, I walked right over to my mom and I said, yes, I love her.
Yeah, she has wine here for us. Pluses across the board.
Oh, yeah, at the pop-up shop and that. I'm doing some pattern by myself.
Yes, she knows exactly how to treat a lady.
That's what you know what to do. That's what it is. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's always been a serial entrepreneur.
It's been like that. It's weird. It's weird. And my mom would just be like, she's the artsy one, and my brother would be like, she got in the talent line too many times.
Yeah, too many
and
times.
I'm like, nah. I used to play my cello for money. I used to like, but and
true hustle. So what have you learned about all your business ventures? What have you actually learned about business? That like, what's the most key or crucial thing that it's like, I'm glad I learned this, and this is how I can turn this into a lifestyle.
I have learned that there's always someone willing to pay for what you can do. There's always something, like whatever your passion is, whether it's speaking, whether it's drawing, whether it's working out, whether it's making balloon animals, someone will always pay you, and there's an infinite amount. There's enough money out there for everybody. So like when I go to like pop-up shops and stuff like that, people will be like, oh, well, there are other skincare brands, and I'll be like, there's no other Nelles Naturals. So their customers are going to
want them, and
my customers are going to want me, and that's just how it's going to go. And they gonna make money, I'm gonna make money.
Yeah.
I don't make different money, but
That's good. Making that funny money.
But we gonna make the money, you know?
Right.
And I'm like, it's not, but there's always, like literally, always someone willing to pay you for what you like to do.
Yeah.
And all you gotta do is figure out what it is you like to do, because not a lot of people know.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, I don't know, but you stumble upon it and you're like, I enjoy this. Sell it. Somebody gonna buy it. Somebody.
So I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So piggybacking off of that, how could you encourage somebody who's like teeter-tottering on, do I want to do business? How do I go about it? A little reluctant. Like, how could you encourage them based off of that information?
I would say, and this is funny because I had a conversation with a young lady. She's a single mom. She's 21, I think. Her mom actually had her call me. And she was like, is it okay if I give my daughter your number? Because she's thinking about starting a business, but she's scared too. And she's newlywed. She's like, I got this baby. She's a nurse. She's a nurse. But she was like, but my husband thinks that it's stupid for me to pursue this when I have income right here. And she said, I'm also afraid that no one's going to buy it. And so I actually was like, she wants to make, use the cricket to make like, I don't actually know what they're called, like little like gift knickknacks and stuff like that. It's really like just crafts, right? It's crafts, right? But so many people collect keychains. So my mom can't go nowhere without buying a keychain. She can't. And I was just like, girl, let me tell you, if I was afraid to go ahead and start selling this stuff, if I was afraid to, like, now I love this. I didn't even know, like, it was nowhere in my mind that this is what I wanted to do. But when I discovered it, I was like, this is so peaceful. It brings me so much peace and stuff to do this. But I was like, you gotta try it. You try it. And if you try, you fail. But if you fail, what you did was you fell higher than someone who didn't try. You know what I mean? So you just do it, and I'm here. If you need any, like, I am so serious. People ask me all the time. They come over, how did you make this lotion? Like someone who's starting their skincare thing. I'm like, this is how I made it. And people be like, you just told them your recipe? And I said, yeah. And they'll be like, why did you tell them that? And I'm like, they're still gonna make it differently from what I made. Right. You know what I mean?
Don't spin on it.
It doesn't matter, because either they're gonna learn it from me, or they're gonna do what I had to do, and they're gonna have to dig and dig and dig and dig and take so much time from being profitable to learn how to do it, when they got somebody right here that can just say, here you go. You know what I mean? And I would just encourage them to just, it's scary, take baby steps. I'm not even gonna say take a leap. Take baby steps.
Baby steps.
Do a little bit today. Do a little bit tomorrow, because if you take a leap and you fall short, that will hurt harder than it does if you take a step and you trip, you know? So
recover from that.
Right, you can recover from a little trip, but you know, so I'm just like, I was just like, don't. And then I also said, tell your husband that's not beneficial to you, that doesn't help you at all, that doesn't improve you as a person at all, it damages you. So you go ahead, if you want to come over at any time, I'll tell you where I live.
Get
come
some
over.
Support.
Yeah, come on over. And so I would just encourage you, just take a step. That's it.
And see, that's so important, because I say, I say it all the time, and even to myself before we just started off. Even if you don't know exactly where you're going, or even if you're scared, and there's a lot of people that they start off one way, thinking it's going to end a certain way, and then they look at it as, this isn't what I want to do. You know what? What's going to end up happening? You're going to start to go down a rabbit hole. Like, I didn't like that about this journey, but I like this. I didn't know that I would like something like this until I started. So I always tell people, just get going. You're going to start learning things about yourself. You're going to naturally start networking with people, coming out your comfort zone, but you have to get started first in order to start learning more about yourself, in order for you to get to your end goal.
Right.
And that's so important. You know, don't be discouraged. Don't be scared to, what someone else is going to think, because it's not their journey, it's your journey. Yeah. So follow what you want to do.
Or even do it scared, because
you gotta be scared.
I had this big sister, this amazing big sister. My eldest brother is a doctor, and Nelle is my big sister. It's big shoes, right? So I got all these big people to look up to. And a lot of times they don't care if I'm scared about it. No. Like they're like, yeah, we understand. You're gonna have to do it anyway, though.
Do it.
So do it scared, because once you do it scared, then once you start moving, you don't stay in that fear.
Yeah.
A different emotion takes over. You jump into that drive behind it.
Become excited, and you're just you're finding those new ideas. You're finding those new inspirations. You're finding those new people to work off of and to collaborate with. And so it's a whole journey, but you have to get going.
Yeah,
and that's the most you gotta take that step. Once you start, that's all.
And that's the big thing too. Like a lot of people, they let fear stop, right? They're scared to touch on that fear and conquer that fear. But one thing I learned, especially in my past career, is fear keeps you alive. Fear keeps you focused. Fear will have you learn who you truly are as long as you're brave enough to face it.
Yeah.
And that doesn't always have to be run into a burning building or, you know what I mean, run into the street with cars trying to save your children. That could be just starting a business, you know what I mean, or just working on different products or starting a podcast. Like, we gotta learn to like definitely face those fears because it's only gonna make you better. It's gonna make you stronger. And it's just like, it's okay to fail.
Yeah.
Sometimes, because failing just makes you stronger. It's like you're schooling yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we all went through some type of school system, and it's just like, whether you had good grades or bad grades, like when you had that bad grade, whether you were scared to go home because you're gonna get that beaten, right? Or you know, you're just like, oh, I want to do better. I want to make sure I make it to the next grade. I want to go to the next level. Life continues to move on in that. You know what I mean? Like, that's just a beginning lesson of life. So it's just like, if you take that mindset with business and you conquer that fear of just starting, and like you said, like you have 50 products, like I'm sure like there was fear, like, oh, is this gonna work? Or like, how do I learn this?
It was a lot of explosions.
And that's like, what do you feel with you starting, you know, you being an entrepreneur? What do you feel were your obstacles, like your top obstacles to just?
Well, I feel like
It's Elbridge.
my sister said the kitchen. Well, yeah, that was an obstacle, but it wasn't an obstacle that I couldn't work around. It was at first, it was limited space. It was like, where can I do this? Like, how can I felt dirty, right? Cooking food for my family in the kitchen, and then making products for people to put on their hair and skin. You can look at it.
Thank you.
Making products for people's hair and skin in that same kitchen. Then my family just ate it, and I was like, oh, this is gross. I can't believe I'm doing
cross contamination.
I was so big on that. I was just like, I can't, like, so I would just like, it would be Clorox. I would Clorox the mess.
Now I gotta shut the kitchen down for the whole family.
Yeah, nobody can come in the kitchen. Y'all cannot come. I put the baby gate up. You can't come in the kitchen.
Oh, they were hours.
Yeah, you can't come in here because I'm giving this to people. They're putting this on their skin. Like, I could only imagine if Dove was eating some popcorn and then making my bars of soap. You know, like, ew.
Not this popcorn.
Right?
No, speaking of popcorn.
This popcorn is
That's
so
about
good.
popcorn.
I want
It's
to try
good.
this one.
We got buffalo, strawberry cheesecake.
Wow, I just had the buffalo.
Buttery garlic. Bailey's.
Ooh.
And what's the chocolate one?
The chocolate is dark chocolate with sea salt.
It's so good.
So Nutz About Popcorn, we appreciate it. Nelle, you put us on to them.
Yes.
But y'all gotta check them out. I'll have her over here. Follow them on Instagram, Nutz About Popcorn.
That's
Come
good.
up. She got like over 30 flavors.
Trying to
Breaking bread over business. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Breaking bread over business. Like, I always looked at it like, I love food, right? But food is one thing that brings us together, right? Bring us together. We're talking about food. Well, we eat food and we're talking about business. Like, it's the perfect harmony right there. So eat as much as you want. But yeah, we're definitely gonna also send put in the description, put the links for Nutz About Popcorn as well. So.
Amazing.
I'm a big marketer. I love marketing, right?
I noticed that. I noticed that you guys market very well.
Oh, thank you.
Yep. I was like, oh, I thought it was you. I really thought it was you.
I don't get no credit. You know?
And its attention to detail is wonderful.
I was like, yeah. I was like, she has great attention.
That's him. I'm still getting used to. I'm just like you when it comes to being in front of the camera. I'm still getting over that fear. But no, that's.
Yeah, no, I love marketing.
Well, you're doing a great job.
Thank you. How do you go about marketing your products?
Like, honestly, until a little while ago, until a few months ago, everything was word of mouth. Everything was my Instagram
pop-up
shops. It was literally one person telling another person, telling another person. They would come and try my stuff. They would like it. They would post the results. Somebody would follow me, DM me. How does this work? What should I get? Can I do this? And literally word of mouth. Now I've just started my ad campaigns and stuff like that. I'm taking a course now that's teaching me how to target with my ads and stuff like that. It's pretty brutal, but
what course is this?
It is with the Hustle Secrets. It's a company. It's Black-owned company. Yes, these brothers are from Africa. And I actually started following them on Facebook about a year ago. I started following them, and I bought this little $100 course that taught you like about ad metrics and stuff. And I got through the course, and then I kind of shut my business down last summer between, I want to say, May and maybe August, September. 2 reasons. One, I bought a house, so I was moving. And then the second reason, I have a little brother. Our little brother, he is sick, he's ill, and he wasn't doing so well. And I was just like going back and forth. He lives in North Carolina, back and forth to visit him. And I was like, I can't do this. I can't run this business. I'm not making nothing. I'm not doing anything. We're going to be with him, and that's just how it's going to go. And I was actually nervous about starting back up because I was like, you know, I was only in business for like a year. People that only know me for that long. But I mean, my customers, when I say loyal, they was like, I need this and I need this for my face.
Like, when you gonna give it back to us?
As soon as I opened my website back up, they were like, can I come and pick it up? And I was like, no, you can order it online.
You got a whole new lab.
Yeah, I had moved from my kitchen that I was at to an office space that I was sharing with my cousin. She's a designer. She's a clothing designer. And then I had moved from the office space to my home, and I turned my entire basement into my work space. So I was like, they could pick up from the office space. But when I reopened and I was in my house, I was like, you can't pick up now because I don't know y'all. I love y'all, but I don't know y'all. And y'all can't come to my house with my kids. Right.
Piece right there.
So yeah, so when I reopened, it was literally still word of mouth. It was, and the thing is, I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful to my customers and my natural family because it didn't have to be this way. You know what I mean? They didn't have to tell people about my products. It didn't have to expand the way that it's expanded. Like, I never thought that this was going to be my full-time job. I had no idea. I was just like, you know, okay, it's a little something. And it is what it is. And now my vision has even, I'm like, oh, well, we're going to be a whole household name. I mean, I was working on an international deal earlier this year, and I was just like, and they sought me out. Like, it was just like, I was just like, okay, you know. So Nelles Naturals is sold in Colombia now, so it's just like,
clap it up for that. Okay.
Thank you. And I was just like, okay. And it took one person. She's Colombian, and she knew me, and she would buy my products, and she went home a lot, so she loved them. So she started taking them home with her, and then every time she came back from Colombia, she would say, they took all of my stuff. Like, I need to re-up. So then one day she's just like, you know what? I'm just going to order like $600 worth of stuff, and I'm going to take it down there, and I'm going to just give it to them. And then she came back and she said, Nelle, there's a lady. She wants to distribute your products in Colombia, and she wants to do it now. And I'm like, who and why? You know, I don't know. Yeah, I was like, that's what I said to her. I said, you need to, I don't move fast like that. I gotta take my. And she was just like, all right, you're gonna come in. Like, literally, it was just like, okay, so we'll talk about it, we'll negotiate it, we'll do this and other thing. I actually turned down the deal, but they can still purchase them in Colombia and have it, like, we already have a system set up, so my Colombian customers, thank you. You know? But
shout out to Colombia.
Shout out to Colombia.
A long time translating these products.
It was a long it was a lot. It was a lot to deal with, like translations and their regulations and then all of this stuff, and I was just like, okay. So I had to translate my whole website to Spanish, and I was just like, all my product labels, and I was just like, this is a lot.
Right. Are you doing all this on your own?
Yes. So
with the family.
Yeah, with my family. Yeah. But it is a lot. It is like, my family is great because, well, I'm a kind of bad delegator. So it'll be like I'm sitting there and I'm doing all this stuff, and then all of a sudden my mom is mad at my sister because she's not there helping me. And she's like, but Nelly didn't call me and say come and help. She didn't say nothing. And then she's like, you have to tell me when you want me to come in. Right. But it just be like, all right, I'm gonna do this, and then all right, I'm gonna go run and do this. All right, I'll make this.
I'll get to the whiteboard and I'm saying,
yeah, so
what
we
needs
got
to be done
a whiteboard system. We got 2 whiteboards down there, and she's like, what do you need to do today?
What can be done within the next hour? What can be done within the next week?
What time is the mailman coming to pick up the
all of that matters.
And I'll be like,
it's done.
Yeah. And I would go crazy because then I had Mandy like, Mom. And I'm like, yeah. And she was like, you know what you can do? Take your nephew. That's what you can do.
So you babysitter.
Oh yeah, I do like, I don't know.
She's my cleaning lady. She's my cleaning crew.
She helps.
She helps. Yeah, she helps. She's my babysitter. Yeah. She helps. Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. My kids would miss so many home cooked meals.
But in comments, she's got work to do, and I'm like, I'm making dinner. It's fine. My daughter makes bars. She knows how to make products.
So my niece is my protege.
Yeah, she works.
So Azariah, she's like the only other person who makes products. So I have her.
Say it take a village.
Yeah, I have her come down, and first thing I taught her was my #1 solid. You learn how to make complexion bars. Second thing I taught her, Azariah, because it's named after you. Know how to make your products. Yeah. So I taught her these things, and I'm like, these are what you need to learn how to do. This is what you need to learn how to do. And I told my mom, you're next. You're gonna start learning how to make stuff. And so yeah, like marketing is literally it's word of mouth. And then I think that people enjoy our family a lot. You know, so I think
y'all energy is definitely.
Thank you. Like we make great connections, and then like my cousin, the one that I was telling you about that has a clothing line. She is like, I want to call her a micro influencer.
She's a micro influencer.
She's got like $30,000-$40,000 followers.
It is ALM Collection.
And you can follow her at ALM Collections on Instagram.
I'm wearing her pants now.
Yeah, she has, I mean, literally, she makes really, really good stuff. Like, don't get your stuff from
custom orders.
She does custom orders.
Fashion Nova, Alibaba, all these other companies.
They keep stealing her pictures
of her products that she makes of herself. And they post them.
And they post them on their website. And they remake her stuff. And then, like, it'll be literally, it's a picture of her. Wearing her product. And then they'll have it, okay, we have it available in orange. We have it available.
And it's $4.49.
No, they just take it and then,
they'll sell it for
our customers will say,
fraction of the price.
You're on their website. You're on their website.
Sounds like a couple cases.
She's good. Basically, I'm trying to say she's good at what she does.
So
she's local?
Yeah, so she's actually down the street, Welsh. No. Is it Welsh?
Was it? It was
Frankfurt. It's on Frankfurt and Welsh, right? Don't they? Yeah. She's right at Frankfurt and Welsh, and she has a store. It's a store right next to the Giggles. You know Giggles? Gifts and Giggles. Right next to that store.
It's right on the corner.
It's right. It's right not far. Yeah, it's right next to 2 blocks down from Cotman. Okay. It's across from a dining room.
Not Welsh. She's saying Welsh and Welsh is
Bly.
We got it. It's in the area. We got it.
It's Bly. So
Frankfurt and Bly, ALM Collection.
ALM Collection.
Right?
Yes. And she
Fashion Nova, stop taking her stuff.
Siri, stop it.
It's tacky.
She last year around March, and this is when my business started to be like, all right, we're generating income. Like I didn't know what to do. I was used to making like 30 bars.
So say again, when did you start really generating income?
March. Around March, I became profitable. So it took me a year and a half, to be profitable in my business, to stop using my money to make these products and stuff like that, and for them to pay for themselves, and then for them to start paying my bills. Like it took a while for them to
pay her family.
Right.
I don't want to rush. We're having a great conversation. Yes. There's a lot more I want you to know about you. However, I also know you got class, right? You actually got class in the next 15 minutes.
Right. Well, I will zoom in on my way home.
So, one, we thank you for coming out.
Yes.
I hate to rush you like this.
No, you're not.
But I'm actually thinking about you, right? So, again, I'm gonna put all the links for Nelle Naturals in the description. Please follow, support. You see how passionate she is, how much effort she puts into her business and her family and herself. And her product. So definitely show love, support, right, within our community and without. We already got Colombia representing, right, her products as well. So real quick, what are some of these products on the table?
You can go ahead.
All right, so this is just some of our line for our lotions. We have the lemon cookie lotion.
Y'all gotta smell it.
You can smell them if you want. We have Zen, which is lavender vanilla.
That's my favorite. Zen is my personal favorite. I use it every day. Don't be scared.
We have Swa, which
is a honeysuckle and vanilla.
Swa is Creole
it's
for
Haitian Creole for smooth.
Right? Honeysuckle vanilla. And then we have Lady Tea, which is named after my mom. It's just like a warm vanilla scent for like.
It's like a vanilla musk.
A lot of our. I know it's out of this.
That's my favorite.
I don't know. I got right.
It's out of this world.
That's why.
The Lady Tea is like formulated for our older ladies like to smell like vanilla musk.
Yeah, so the Lady Tea is my mom. This is like so. It's really honestly to me what my mom smells like.
Mom's.
Yeah. I'm like, Mom, this is, and then I let her smell it, and she's like, I love it, and I'm like, I know, it smells like you.
Oh, you took all of these.
Because he was out being shy.
I know.
Like, my bad.
I'm like, smell this.
But yep.
All right. I know I was about to end it, but real quick, we're gonna end it off on this, right? Me being a man, I gotta represent for the men.
Absolutely.
What do we do? Like, what products do you have for us? What do we do? How do we tap into Nelle Naturals, and what's out there for men?
Okay, so first and foremost, I will put it plain and simple. My beards, that's what I call my bearded family.
The beards.
I call them the beards. And I'm like, the beards love my products. The beards are my loyalist customers. They come, they don't get their beard stuff from nowhere else. Yeah. So I started off with a beard balm, beard butter, beard oils. I have been asked, and I am working on a beard wash and beard scrub now.
Help with those ingrowns.
Yes, my oils are for growth and shine. The balms are for control. The butters are for softening, like conditioning, softening, right? And then I also have men's lines. I'm sorry that I didn't bring any. I have men's soap. I have Blue Onyx. I have the Black Bar. I think you have the Black Bar. I have Gray Sweatpants, which honestly is so yummy. It's so good. But she wears it. She won't stop wearing it. She's like,
what is
this soap?
It's a soap and a
body butter.
Body butter.
Yeah.
Now, in the pop-up, you gave me a blue bar.
That's Blue Onyx. You like that? Oh, that's my newest. That's my newest men's bar.
I need more of that actually.
And so my gold collection, Blue Onyx is in my gold collection.
Gold collection.
Yeah.
You got black and gold, right?
I don't know
black and gold.
Okay.
What it was called, but you gave me, it was a lotion. It came in like a small tin, not a tin, but like a small little bottle. But it was so moisturized, and it came out.
Probably Azariah butter.
Was it Azariah?
It was.
Okay,
definitely.
Yeah, it's like a cream, a thick cream. Yeah, it had oatmeal inside of it.
Yes.
Yeah, that was Azariah.
Because I felt it, and I said, wait, what is it? I looked at it and said,
protein?
It's good, yeah.
Well, again, we thank you, right? Let's clap it up for you one last time.
Yes,
Nelle Naturals, thanks for coming out and representing on Entre-Preneur, right?
Yes.
Gotta support. Great people, great vibe, great products. All right, so definitely look out, support her, and we'll talk more because we got a lot to talk about, right? I feel like we only halfway there.
I'll be back.
We definitely want to invite you back.
This was a good one.
All right, cool. Well, thank you. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you soon. All right. Thanks.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks. Yay.
That was a good time.